Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day today, and I hope you're ready for what we're going to read today. It's going to be a wonderful episode and I can't wait to get into it. Thank you again for joining me and I hope you have a wonderful time. The first one that we're going to read is on Am I Wrong? Am I wrong for not wanting to follow my husband's tradition? Me, 37 female, and my husband, 38 male, are pretty average. We mostly get along. There's one thing that his family does that I could never get behind. When I first met his brother, he looked at me really weird for drinking a can of soda. After a song and dance of asking him what was up and if he wanted something, he basically told me this thing their family does. According to him, I owed him a soda because I should have gotten him one before coming to his parents' house, and I should have gotten them one too. That sounds like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. He was under 18 at the time and I thought this was some teenager rambling, but his parents and my future husband confirmed that I owed everybody sodas. What? This was atoned for as I paid for everybody's dinner the following night. I let it go because in my opinion it was so bizarre. His brother and his family continued to go and do this weird thing with me and him and each other. I mainly ignored it or repaid them in other ways. Fast forward to us being married about 4 months. I went to a special luncheon with my co-workers and I didn't tell my husband. Why would I? He's cooking dinner, I'm a bad cook, I do dishes and I pull my weight. I start talking about the lunch and some things that he likes to eat that were there. He says that I owe him lunch. I just laugh it off. He basically said that since I'm now a Smith, not our real last name, I have to do this. Oh my god. After about a week of hemming and hawing, it's agreed that I don't have to do it, but all born-in Smiths must. What is this crap? Fast forward and we do have a born-in Smith, our daughter. Once she reached about 6, she started noticing all the items and money that her father owed her and I didn't. As they seem fine with this tradition, I just ignored her, or if pushed I'd say it's something that you and daddy do, like how you go to church with me and daddy likes to sleep in. This morning my husband asked our daughter what she's going to do with all the money that he's repaid her. Instead of telling him, she says, I can't really do anything because mum never repays me. After both of them being obnoxious about it, I said, I don't owe you anything. If you don't come somewhere with me, the offer's done. If I ask you to come to the movies and you say no, I don't owe you the price of the ticket and any snack. She wouldn't stop. I said, this is why I don't do this stupid crap with your father either. I'm not surprised that my in-laws and husband are mad. A few of my friends think that I should go along with it until she's 18. She's currently 14. Am I wrong? What the hell did we just read? What are you talking about? That could be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What's the point of that? Well, we read about some stupid traditions, but what is that? And what, your daughter's gonna feel like this is normal? Growing up feeling like everybody does stuff like this? I don't understand any of this. Yeah, like this comment says, I'm so confused. So if one of the family does something without any other member of the family, then that person has to give everybody an equivalent? Like what, any time ever? What if you take your child to Disneyland? You owe his parents and siblings a trip too? How far does this reach? Cousins, grandparents? Do they give you and husband and child something every time they go out? How does husband owe your child stuff? Like if he has a work lunch or does something with his friends, the logic is making my brain implode. Yeah, the comment under that, it's the dumbest crap I've ever heard of. It is 100%. But it's even worse to raise your daughter thinking that people do stuff like this. Like what? Yeah, like this comment says too, I don't understand what the flip any of this is. You have lunch with a friend, so you now owe him lunch? Why? If he goes to dinner with his parents without you, does he owe you dinner? If you have something, your husband has to have it? Is this some weird tit for tat, all things must be equal thing? Reading this upset me, your poor daughter. And OP said basically, you can give the item or money. He tried offering me things before our fight, but I thought that was weird. One time he got a candy bar and I wasn't at the store, and he asked if I wanted him to go to the store and get me one. No. And the comment under that says, but why? He gets himself a candy bar or a snack and he has to get one for you or give you the equivalent money? For what purpose? And OP said, I never asked why. It seems the logic is that you would have given the items if you were there. No you wouldn't. Like going with my lunch, this was some time ago. If I made lunch or he did, we would have offered each other lunch. Him not being there, so he missed out on a lunch. Yeah, and like the comment under that says, this is mind-blowingly stupid. It is OP. That's so ridiculous. I'm so happy that we read this though, and I've learnt about what this is. Yeah, and the comment under that, what the hell did I just read? And what the hell did you marry into? What a strange family. Yeah, the fact that the entire family does it too is so weird. There's a comment that says your poor daughter isn't going to understand when she's out on her own, when nobody's giving her things just because they got it. Like if she's at a friend's house and the parent is eating something, is she going to tell them they owe her one too? You're not setting her up for the real world. This whole thing is stupid. And OP said she shares and she doesn't act like this with non-family members. Right, okay, so that's good at least. Because yeah, I was going to say, like what about when your daughter grows up and they have a partner or something? something. Like, are they gonna expect them to do this? Yeah, I honestly don't know how you put up with that, OP. If I was in a family that did stuff like this, I would not be able to put up with it. That's so dumb. I'm sorry that I'm reading so many comments, but this is so fascinating. There's a comment that says, so how far does this go? If he buys a car, is he supposed to buy one for every member of his family? A house? Vacations? None of this makes any sense. And OP said the biggest that I've seen is jewelry. Yeah, how are you meant to budget your income if you have to buy stuff for everybody all the time? Like, what do you mean? You go and see your accountant and they're like, why are you spending so much money? And you have to tell them like, oh, sorry, accountant. I do this stupid thing with my family where I have to buy stuff for everybody all the time. And oh yeah, I bought myself a new car for work, so I had to buy mum one and dad one and my brother one. Like, oh, okay, so you've lost your mind? Like, it's so hard not to laugh. That's so silly. Oh yeah, and are you wrong? No, you're not wrong, OP. I don't know how you even put up with this. You're definitely not wrong for not wanting to follow the tradition, if you can even call it that. Wow, that was amazing. I'm so happy that we read that. That was actually fascinating. The next one is called, am I wrong for telling my mum that I would not be my sister's caretaker when she becomes unable to do it? I, 17 male, have a 12-year-old sister who's severely mentally and somewhat physically disabled, and I've had to help my mum take care of her. I have to help my mum bathe her, feed her, and a bunch of other stuff. My mum recently asked to talk to me and basically said that when she gets to the point where she can't take care of my sister, that I was going to be her primary caretaker. I told her that I wasn't going to do that, and I've already sacrificed a good chunk of my life taking care of her. I want to be able to properly live my life without having to be tied down to be her caretaker. My mum doesn't want to spend any money hiring a caretaker and doesn't trust any extended family with her, so she says that I'm the only option, and she's pissed off that I won't do it. I love my sister, but I don't feel I should have to spend my life looking after her. My mum said that I'm selfish that I won't help her. Oh no, definitely not. And I feel that she's selfish for expecting this of me. Oh yeah, you're definitely not wrong, OP. You're entitled to live your own life, OP. There shouldn't be any obligation here. You're for sure not wrong, and you're not wrong for feeling the way that you do either. The top comment says, not the a-hole, your sister's primary carer, your mum, is responsible for ensuring care continues. She can't just make you do it. She needs to ensure proper qualified care. She's already parentifying you. It must be really tough, but it's absolutely not your issue. Yeah, 100%, and it would be a tough situation, but yeah, it's not your issue, OP. And that's definitely not you being selfish, OP. It'd be super irresponsible of your mum to put all the responsibility onto you for you to solely care for your sister. That's not how it should go. Like, what if you have your own kids one day and you're gonna have your own family to look after? Yeah, like this comment says, not wrong at all. You're entitled to have your own life. Your mum's being unfair asking you to spend your future taking care of your sister. Yeah, and this comment too. You're not wrong. I'm sure your mum's concerned about what may happen to your sister eventually, but she's out of line by trying to bully you into taking care of her. You've already gone above and beyond to help care for her, but you have the right to live your life as you see fit. Yeah, didn't it say that OP was bathing her and stuff? Like, OP is already helping a lot. There are resources available to your mum. Perhaps you could help her find some in the community. Respite care would probably help her immensely since caretaking takes a huge toll, as you know. If you can get your mum to sit down and calmly discuss this, do so. No matter what, it's not selfish that you want to live your own life and not be tied down with a child that isn't yours. Yeah, you're for sure not in the wrong, OP. The next one is called, am I the gay hole for wearing white to a baby shower? I, 27 female, have been friends with Claire, 28 female, since high school. We have a small group of friends that have stayed close since then. Claire is pregnant and had her baby shower yesterday. I wore a white and blue floral sundress. I didn't think anything of it because, as far as I know, white is only inappropriate for bridal events. When I arrived at the shower, Claire's mood seemed to immediately sour and she was really cold towards me. Later, one of my other friends pulled me aside and asked me to leave. She said that Claire was offended by my attention-seeking behavior and that it was inappropriate to wear white to Claire's event. I left. I'm super confused. Like I said, I thought the white rule only applied to bridal events. Our friends are refusing to take sides, but a couple have told me that I should apologize even if I don't think I'm wrong. Well, that's not good advice. Not even a little bit. Am I the gay hole? No, I don't think you're the gay hole, OP. There must have been some other reason. No, you're right, OP. You can wear white to a baby shower. That's not even an issue, is it? Like, yeah, don't wear white to a wedding, but a baby shower is completely different. And also, you said it was a white and blue floral sundress. It's not even like it was completely white. How bloody silly. Yeah, the top comment, not the gay hole. That's not a thing. Are you sure the color of the dress was the issue? It seems nonsensical. And OP said, I've been told it's about the dress, but I'm starting to think it's a body image thing. I'm not as thin as the rest of the girls in the group. Maybe Claire's upset that she is for very good reason the big one right now. Yeah, could be, but it's not okay to take that out onto you. Maybe after the situation cools a bit, you can talk to her and find out what's really going on in her head. You'll drive yourself crazy trying to guess. Yeah, for sure, and definitely don't apologize. That was terrible advice, OP. You've got no reason to apologize. In fact, they should be apologizing to you, OP, kicking you out of the event for bloody no reason, acting like you've done something wrong. Unless you did do something wrong that's completely unrelated, but I feel like you'd know if you did something wrong. No, you're for sure not the a-hole. That's so stupid. And the audacity to make you leave too. And also the audacity to try and get you to apologize. For what? But yeah, like that comment said, you need to talk to her about it ASAP, OP. Try and understand what the real issue was. Because yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense, and you're definitely not the a-hole. OP left a comment here that says Claire wore pink. I didn't pay much attention to what colors other guests were wearing while I was there, but I know our other friend in our group wore yellow, blue, green, and black. Yeah, and you wore a white and blue floral sundress. What's the issue? I don't understand. And OP also left a comment that said the older ladies were dressed more conservatively. The younger ones were all in sundresses. My dress was far from the most showy or scandalous one there. Yeah, so like, how were you being attention seeking? Yeah, no, that's so weird, and you're not the a-hole, OP. The next one is called Am I the a-hole for calling my girlfriend a dumbass and taking away her key after she almost burnt down my house? My girlfriend wanted a pizza. I have really good frozen pizzas from a local Italian market. They're made fresh, and if you do them up on a pizza stone, they come out perfect. I've made these for us many different times. It's a simple process. You take the pizza stone and you put it in the oven and you let the oven preheat. Put the pizza on the paddle and you slide it onto the hot stone. Once it's ready, you slide the paddle under the pizza and you pull it out. Put it on the carving board and you cut it. Easy, right? Nope. My pizza stone was dirty. It's scorched, not dirty. So her brilliant idea was to make the pizza on my plastic cutting board. A plastic cutting board is not a pizza stone, because that way she could just take the cutting board out with the oven mitts and then cut the pizza without having to use all the tools. I got home to see black smoke coming out of my house and my girlfriend on the phone with 911. The dog wasn't on his leash and he's going crazy. I go to the front door to see if it's hot in the house or if I can see flames. No flames, no heat. I get to the stove and I turn it off. I open the sliding door to let out more smoke and get my leash on the way out. The firefighters are there within like 5 minutes and the smoke is already dissipating. They go in to make sure. All clear. Thank God they were there in less than an hour. It's covered by the city. If it was over an hour, I would have been charged for the response. My oven is ruined though, and I've got a lot of smoke damage to clean up. I told my girlfriend I was glad that she was okay, but that she's a dumbass and she wasn't allowed in my house alone for a while. I took her key away. We don't live together, but she has roommates and likes having a big house to herself on her days off. She says it's a mistake that anybody could make and that I'm an a-hole for calling her names. Yeah, she said those words. She says it's my fault for not just getting microwave pizza and having to eat fancy. Did she even apologize, OP? There's no way that she didn't apologize, right? Well, maybe she didn't, because at the end there it said she says it's my fault for not getting microwave pizza. Also, what the hell's microwave pizza? You don't make pizza in a microwave. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. A 24-year-old who doesn't know that you can't put a plastic cutting board in the oven is a dumbass. She didn't apologize. She thinks that you're too fancy for wanting non-microwave pizza. Seems like she likes having your house to herself more than she likes you. And OP said, I have silicone stuff that can go in the oven. I guess that was the thought process. Yeah, the comment under that, calling it a thought process is generous. Yeah, no, that's unbelievable, OP. And then to not apologize and to say that it's your fault because you like making pizza on a pizza stone. How the hell does that make it your fault? Oh yeah, it doesn't. The comment under that one says you're not the a-hole. She says it's a mistake that anybody could make. Yeah, maybe if they're high as a kite, she has a point. But anybody over the age of 5 knows that plastic melts. She says it's my fault for not getting microwave pizza and having to eat fancy. If heating frozen pizza in the oven correctly is outside of her scope of abilities, you're not the problem, OP. Yeah, that's so confusing and also irritating. You don't deserve crap like that, OP. And there's no way that if she had that sort of attitude that she's going to help you pay for a new oven. I was going to say, is she going to help you pay for an oven or the damages or something? But if she's trying to blame you for this, there's no way that she would. And it doesn't even sound like she apologized. Oh, that's so annoying. The comment under that says not the a-hole and get a new girlfriend. She should have apologized. Yeah, I've looked at OP's comments too, and there's no comment that said that she did apologize. There's another comment here that says not the a-hole. Normally, I hate posts when people encourage a breakup, but trying to put a plastic board in the oven is such next level dumb that I'd feel anxiety about all other basic stuff that I might have to explain. Like, does she know not to drink toilet water? Or the dog cannot answer the telephone? Okay, that's a little bit far, but that is a good point though. You're not going to feel like you can leave her alone after something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like you were super angry or super rude or something, OP. Unless there is something that you've left out, I don't feel like you're the a-hole. And the fact that she's not taking responsibility for it is sort of not a good sign either. There's a comment that says not the a-hole. I don't even know what to say. She needs to learn to have some accountability for her actions. If she wants quick microwavable pizza, then she can go and buy it. Make sure your microwave has warranty or something though. Yeah, and by the way, microwavable pizza, that sounds so revolting and so unholy. And also OP had a comment here that said, I'm 30, she's 24, and my dog is 6. Yeah, like this comment says, I believe her response was the biggest issue. The fact that she didn't take full responsibility for her actions is troublesome. She should have apologized and offered to pay to replace your oven, which definitely needs replacing because of the toxins from the plastic. And also OP said it's ruined, didn't they? I would also think that she'd clean up the smoke damage, but I don't think I'd want it at my house anymore because of her lack of accountability. Yeah, definitely, that is the real issue there. Yeah, that's so unexpected. When I read the title, I was like, yeah, you probably are the a-hole. But no, I don't feel like you are, OP. The next one is on the relationship subreddit. Fiance and in-laws are upset that I won't take my spoiled niece to Disney World. So my 29 female fiance, 31 male, has 3 sisters. The one that I'll be talking about today is Nancy. Nancy has a daughter, Sally, 4 female, who's extremely spoiled. Like, you tell this kid no, and she'll start bawling and crying and throw herself to the floor. Just a full-on tantrum. Then when she gets what she wants, she'll go back to normal. And she'll get upset if you're upset at her for throwing a tantrum. Now, I've been planning a mini vacation to Disney World with my kid sister, 12 female, and nephew, 9 male, for months now. I have a well-paying career in the medical field, and I wanted to take them since they've never been. The rooms are booked with them sharing a room, but they have their own separate beds, with me and my fiance in the room right next to them. We're scheduled to leave in a week. Today, my mother-in-law and Nancy sit me down to say how it isn't fair that Sally isn't going to Disney World with her aunt and cousin-in-law, how she shouldn't miss out on the experience. I tell her, in order to avoid a fight, that maybe next time, as everything has been booked without a way to add anybody. I also add that my nephew and sister are still young, but at the age that I don't have to hold their hand to eat or use the bathroom and shower and stuff. My mother-in-law then says, family sacrifices for family. At that point, I said that they've already made up their mind and they're going to try to force or guilt us to bring Sally. So then I reply saying that if Sally is going to come, then fiance will have to book her tickets, stay with her in her room. The rooms I booked are the resort Disney character rooms, and be the one to take care of her. Mother-in-law immediately argued against it, saying that he doesn't know how to take care of young kids, that since I was joining the family, I should want to bring Sally. Oh, get out of here with that. I told her it's a vacation. Why would I bring a child that's notoriously known for misbehaving, throwing tantrums and breaking down when told no? Nancy started yelling at me that her child is well behaved, that they can't afford to take her, so it's our responsibility. Yeah, that's not how that works. I then told mother-in-law and Nancy that the whole point of me and my fiance being dual income and no kids is that we can spend our time and money however we want to or don't want to. After some more arguing, they left. When my fiance got back home from work, we talked about what they said. Fiance told me that he wouldn't even take Sally if they threatened to disown him. He said that she's too much for him to handle and that Nancy even talks to him about how much she regrets having Sally. And that's on top of the price of the tickets and the fact that it'll be a week out of state and essentially across the country. I need advice on if that was the best way to handle it and if there's any way we can make it up to Sally but on a less extravagant way. Sally was not there for discussion. I do feel bad for Sally as it's very visible that nobody, adult or kid, really wants to be around her due to her behavior. I don't want to take her because I want to enjoy my time, and I know for a fact that that won't happen with Sally there. Wow, the audacity to say that it's your responsibility to take Sally. What a joke. No, it isn't. Yeah, like this comment said, personally, I just ignore sister-in-law and mother-in-law. They can make demands till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, they're not the ones paying for Sally to go. They're not the ones dealing with Sally's tantrums. Your trip was not intended for Sally to go. Sister-in-law has some mighty nerve to insist that you pay for her daughter to attend a trip that she wasn't even invited to. Yeah, talk about entitled. And guess what? They have an entitled kid too. Probably because they're so entitled. It sounds like the sister and mother-in-law are just about to bloody throw a tantrum. They sound just as immature and just as entitled. The top comment says, for the future, you need to extricate yourself from these ambushes the second that you realize what's going on. Conversations like this need to happen in front of your fiance, with him taking point. Also, don't justify your decisions. People like this are willing to argue with a blank wall in an empty building. They ask you to take your niece somewhere. The answer is sorry, no, I can't. Do not answer questions as to why or explain any further, as I already said I can't, and then leave or turn the conversation to some other topic if you can't bail. You have to teach other people what you'll tolerate. They've already shown that they're willing to go around your partner, ambush you, and try to manipulate you and yell at you. This won't be the last of their crappy behavior if you give them even the faintest inkling of hope. Yeah, definitely, you need to be super firm with them, OP. They sound like bratty kids themselves. And yeah, I feel like that's enough for today. That was such a fun episode, and we need to read something wholesome. I love when you ask somebody about a thing that they know a lot about, and they start with, okay, so, because you know you're about to get a novel's worth of nerd crap, and it's going to be so delightful. Yeah, it's so awesome when you listen to somebody who's super passionate about something. Like, oh my god, you absolutely love this. It's such a cool feeling. You're allowed to be proud of the victories that nobody else can see, like showering without completely hating your body, not breaking into tears at the thought of the future, talking yourself out of a dark mindset, calming yourself down in public, or like waking up every single day and choosing life. Be proud of the progress no matter if it's visible for others or not. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. Oh, that's so beautiful. beautiful. Yeah, definitely. That's such a good reminder too, and a beautiful place to end today's episode. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section. And also subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day today goes to Archie's mum. Sometimes when I see some of these titles, I automatically think, oh yeah, a-hole for sure. And then I hear the story and I'm like, bruh, my bad. Yeah, same. I do that in like every episode too. Like, oh, wait a second. No, you're not the a-hole even a little bit. I love how unexpected some of the stories are. They're so fun to read. And yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. So make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!